Glad to have you along for another edition of Kroger Inside Kentucky Golf, and glad to have you along at Hurstburn Country Club on this edition of the show. It's the 2014 Governor's Cup Classic. Of course, it benefits the schools and Dare to Care. Don Russell, we always start the show with the guy that runs Kroger. I'd like to introduce Calvin Kaufman. Calvin, first of all, thanks for being on the show. We had you and John Hackett together last year, back here as the president. I know this is always an exciting day. You raise a lot of money, particularly for the schools and Dare to Care.
Yeah, you know, Kroger is really honored to be a sponsor for this event, and we've been doing it now. This is our 21st year.
Yeah.
And, you know, we give about $10,000 to each of the school scholarship funds. Over the time, we've given $420,000 to those scholarship funds for those schools, so it's a great effort that way. And we appreciate all the participants in this event to help us raise money for Dare to Care as well. And so we've done an outstanding job with Dare to Care. It's just it's really a noble cause, and we've fed 240,000 meals with Dare to Care with the money that we've been able to donate to that wonderful organization.
And you know, we want to remind people all the time, no matter how small it is, anything you can do for Dare to Care, it's always important, because feeding the hungry is still a problem, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is. I mean, that's the thing about what we're doing here, is that it's really for a noble cause. It's really for something that's needed. We forget about how many people are less fortunate than we are and how we can really make a difference in their lives.
Well, Calvin, I know you got to play. I wanted to thank you. We don't kick off the show or tee off the show without the president. Thanks for being with us. I know it's a great day, and thanks for all your support of not only our show, but for all the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Great. Well, my pleasure. Thank you.
Glad to have you along. More of IKG from Hurstburn Country Club in just a moment.
Kroger Inside Kentucky Golf is produced in partnership with Golf House Kentucky and its family of golf organizations, and is sponsored by Kroger and its partners. Florida's natural orange juice, sparkling ice, naturally flavored spring water, Coca-Cola, Kraft Foods, and Dr. Pepper. Kroger IKG is also sponsored by PNC Bank and Quail Chase Golf Course. It's simply the best 27-hole golf course in the region.
Make the drive to Eagle Trace, Morehead State University's official golf course. Nestled in the lush green splendor of northeastern Kentucky, Eagle Trace is a gently rolling, beautifully wooded public 18-hole golf course designed to challenge the skills of the most seasoned players, yet enjoyable and playable to all golfers. Still the same great golf course, still the same great challenge, still the same great layout, but now with Zoysia fairways. Book your next tee time, outing, or fundraiser at Eagle Trace Golf Course, located just outside of Morehead off I-64 at exit 133.
Let's raise a glass to raising oranges the natural way, right here in Florida. Here's to growing oranges on our own soil, never importing them. To a co-op of growers working hard and having something to show for it. Here's to a built-in afternoon snack. To an office with a view. Who needs air conditioning anyway? Here's to orange juice raised right. The only major orange juice brand that's 100% Florida and never imported. Florida's natural.
Experience the bold side of water. Sparkling ice, bold flavor, 0 calories, perfectly possible.
Welcome to Quail Chase, to 27 holes of spectacular golf. 3 distinct nines, each with a unique personality and character. From the wide-open links style of the South Course to the woodland beauty of the East Nine and the park-like setting of the West, all in absolutely perfect condition. All waiting for you. Call for tee times or book online. Quail Chase, Country Club Golf for the public golfer.
Know that chasing performance can mean lower returns and fewer choices in retirement.
Know that proper allocation could help increase returns so you can enjoy that second home sooner.
Know the right financial plan can help you save for college and retirement.
Know where you stand with PNC Total Insight, a new investing and banking experience with personalized guidance and online tools. Visit a branch, call, or go online today.
This segment of Kroger Inside Kentucky Golf is brought to you in high definition by Kraft Foods.
Glad to have you back on this edition of Kroger Inside Kentucky Golf. We're at Hurstburn Country Club today, talking about the 2014 Governor's Cup Classic and also raising money for the Dare to Care Food Bank. And Brian, every time we get together and talk about Dare to Care, it's always rewarding when you have people like Kroger and so many organizations now, thanks to Kroger, participating with Dare to Care. But the message is still the same. There is a great need, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. The need, unfortunately, has not gotten any better. In fact, right now, the need for food assistance is higher than it's ever been in the community. 1 in 4 kids tonight is at risk of going to bed hungry, and that's unacceptable. Yeah. But the good news is we have Kroger, and we have all these great sponsors like we have out here today for the Governor's Cup. This event's going to help us raise enough money to distribute 250,000 meals into our community. Is that awesome or what? And so, yeah, we're blessed with great supporters.
And I know I was speaking with John Hackett this morning. He and Kroger has been there from the beginning. And at one point, really, it was Dare to Care when we started, honestly. And now, thanks to them and you, the job you've done, you've gotten so many other corporate partners, but yet everybody can help with this, can't they?
Everybody can help. Kroger's been there the longest, and they brought us to the dance, and they'll always be special. But you know, everybody has there's a way to get involved. You can come down and volunteer. We need folks to help us sort food every day. You can give us money, and you can give us food. You know, ultimately it's about feeding people, and to feed people, you got to have food. And so, you know, your time, your treasure, your talent, we can use it all.
Well, everybody, again, has really raved about your organization and what you've done from the leadership position. And we just want people to know a lot of people need help that maybe normally didn't need help. They don't need to be ashamed to ask, do they?
Yeah. You know, the interesting thing is hunger is one of those issues that, you know, if you survive breast cancer, you know, you're going to put on a pink shirt and you're going to march in the parade, right? But, you know, if you couldn't feed your kids for a month, you know, there's no color for that. They don't make a T-shirt that says I couldn't feed my family. So there's a shame associated with the issue of hunger. We're trying to tell folks it's okay, right? It's okay. Come ask for help, and don't be afraid to let people know you're hungry. That's the way we're going to be successful, is if the community understands just how prevalent the problem is.
Anybody that wants to help the Dare to Care Food Bank, or you need some help, don't hesitate to call. Check out their website. They all do a great job. Speaking of helping others, you can help yourself if you're on the golf course. It's time for course lessons this week on Kroger IKG. It's time for course lessons this week on Kroger IKG, brought to you by your friends at Quail Chase Golf Club. We're at Quail Chase today with Steve McMillan, the Executive Director of Golf House Kentucky. Well, got an interesting tweet again about something about how you stand. How are we going to deal with this one today?
We got this one from Martha in Ashland.
That's right.
And you know, it's interesting. I get this one from ladies a whole lot, and it's an etiquette question. Is what it really comes down to is where is the most proper place to stand, and do you get penalized if you stand in the wrong place? It's etiquette, so there's no penalty towards this. But you know, Martha's question is she has this person she plays with all the time. That person stands directly behind him or right behind her putt every single time, and she thinks she needs to deserve a penalty. Well, Martha, unfortunately in that case there's no penalty. It's just that person has rude behavior. When you're playing golf, you need to make sure that you're always kind of standing more to the side. Players do not like people standing. When I go out and I referee at the U.S. Senior Open, you know, you're dealing with professionals, and what they always tell us as rules officials is kind of stand more towards the back, so that their back is facing towards your front, and that way they're not interrupted and really know your presence there. So it's a great question for Martha. There's no penalty if you stand behind somebody as a fellow competitor, but it is an etiquette issue. Just kind of stand out of their way. Make sure your shadow and everything doesn't get in the way, and don't encroach on them too close.
You've always told me rules are important, but etiquette's a key part of it too, and that's a very good question from Martha this week.
It is, and that's one of the great things about golf is the traditions and the etiquette of the game. And great question. We appreciate it, Martha.
Don't forget to tweet us if you have a question for Steve on course lessons.
Kids want to become the next big rapper. But not many think that they can do it all on their own. Even fewer turn down every major label along the way, so they can create one with their best friend. We're Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, and we're one of a kind.
I'm PGA professional Colby Wallets, and I've developed a practice program to help you lower your scores. Perfect practice, 1 hour a day to the best golf of your life. For more information, please contact me via my website, www.colbywallets.com.
Glad to be at Body Shapes Medical, one of our new sponsors, with special guests Dr. Elizabeth Bass and Lisa Ennenbach. They know all about the program. Doctor, we're going to start with you. I'm a patient. I'm very happy. The benefits are outstanding.
They really are, Don. I tell you, one of the most important things we see is that people get their energy back. I mean, people feel so tired in the afternoon, and when they get their hormones back, they feel fabulous. Also, they improve their strength. One of the things, you're working out, you're trying so hard to do what you're supposed to, but you're just not able to turn that belly fat into lean muscle. And once you get on your hormones, your workouts are so much better. Your recovery is so much better. It's just amazing how people feel when we get them on their hormones.
I felt it after just 9 weeks. Now, Lisa, one of the things I wanted to ask you, and I asked your husband this,
yes.
What about guys and gals, let's say, can play from the senior tees like me?
Hormone therapy has no age limits. That's what's important. You start to lose your hormones at about age 35. So that's probably when you first need to come see us, but that's not to say that we don't treat patients up to 70, 80 years old.
One of the things I wanted to mention as well, we have an opportunity for our IKG viewers. Could you explain that for us?
Absolutely. If you mention Inside Kentucky Golf when you call, you're going to get half off your lab analysis fee. That's 1 hour with a nurse practitioner or a physician to go over all your lab work and see where your deficiencies lie.
It's safe, it's affordable, and it'll change your life. I've heard that, and it's certainly done it for me.
This segment of Kroger Inside Kentucky Golf is brought to you in high definition by Kroger. Great food, low prices.
Glad to have you back on Kroger IKG. Welcome back to Hurstburn Country Club in Louisville, Kentucky for the 2014 Governor's Cup Classic. And we're glad to have you along. It helps Dare to Care. And, of course, this is Kroger IKG. I want to thank a couple of people who are my guests right now, Steve McSorley from Kroger, and, of course, Hank Adams from Dr. Pepper and Lipton Tea and a lot of different products. And we're going to start and talk about what a great promotion we had this year in conjunction with the PGA Championship. Hank, you and your company was really involved in it, particularly with the putting contest. Did anybody ever think that it could go off so well? People were really excited.
Absolutely, and just a lot of fun just seeing the in-store activation and really get the community out and just generating some excitement around the PGA Championship here.
And also a lot of people got to participate. It was at a lot of different stores in the greater Louisville area. And I know you and Kroger work on a lot of different things, but this had to have been one of the most unique things you guys have ever done.
Possibly the unique thing we've ever done. Yeah, absolutely. It actually touched 10 different stores in the Louisville area. And in addition to that, there was an overarching consumer sweepstakes involved in this program that allowed consumers to win an opportunity to see the PGA Championship.
Yeah. Well, I know you got to play. They're waiting for you. They gave you birdies on the first 2 holes. But before you leave, I want to thank you, and particularly in this case, Dr. Pepper, for sponsoring our show. 28 years, you guys have always been there. Thanks to exposing the game of golf to a lot of people across the state.
A lot of fun. We appreciate your partnership and looking forward to it in years to come.
Okay, thanks very much. He's off to play golf. Let's talk about the PGA Championship. Hank mentioned the putting contest, which was one part of a very big thing that happened that you all were involved in with the Wanamaker Trophy. Right. Did you ever think it could come off that big? What a wonderful promotion.
Well, I tell you what, it started with just an idea, but thanks to folks like Steve McMillan, who runs Golf House of Kentucky, we were able to pull it off. And of course, Don, our experiences with the Derby blankets and the oak blanket, and so it just seemed like a natural for us. And we always want to give back to the community, and what a better time to do it than through the PGA Championship and through the PGA Reach Foundation.
And through that Reach Foundation, it all helped the Wounded Warriors, the program, helping our veterans, and who doesn't want to help the vets?
Absolutely, and every penny that we raised was outstanding. And you know what? I also want to mention one other sponsor, and that was Michelob Ultra.
Right.
And the neat thing that they did was they matched dollar for dollar up to the first $5,000 that we raised. So they were outstanding too.
Yeah, I wanted to thank you for your help and all the participation with all our sponsors. I enjoyed working with you throughout the year, but I think we really touched a lot of people, from juniors to seniors to the PGA, and thanks to you and all our partners that helped.
Honestly, I don't know how you get around the state as much as you do. I really don't, but you cover it so well, and we're so excited to be a part of this program. And how many years now has it been? 20 years? 28 years, really. So that's just exciting, and I look forward to working for many years to come with you.
Yeah, that's why we always talk about go to Kroger and support Kroger, because they support us. Well, Steve played this morning. He said his game is really good, mine is bad. It's time for a tip this week on Kroger IKG.
Hello, my name is Adam Gary. I am a PGA apprentice and the Director of Instruction at Kenny Perry's Country Creek. And today we want to ask ourselves, what is every golfer looking for? Every golfer is wanting to shoot lower scores and wanting to improve. So this is for all you golfers that have a garage full of putters. We're going to talk about putting today. The average golfer shoots 90. With 36 putts per round. That's 40%. So how many of you actually practice 40% of the time on putting? Probably not very many of you. So today we're going to look at how to practice. It's really important to get feedback while you practice. So I want all of you to go out to your local home improvement store, get a metal ruler or yardstick. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this to work on our club face. Club face is the most important thing with our putting. It's 4 times more important than our path. So the ball is going to go wherever our putter face is aiming. So we need to make sure that we're setting up square at address, and then we're returning it back at impact square. So what I want you to do is find a straight uphill putt, take your ruler, put our ball on the ground. So now when I put my putter down, I'm going to square up to this ruler and then stroke it right along the ruler. Good. So now I know if my putter went to the right, my face was open at impact. If it went to the left, it was closed at impact. So what I can do is, if I'm not starting it on line, I can move my ball position. So if I'm hitting it to the right, move the ball up in your stance a little bit. If you're hitting it to the left, move it back in your stance a little bit. So what you need to do is just make sure you're getting feedback. That's the most important thing, because if you're practicing and you don't know why you're missing your putts, you're wasting your time. According to the PGA, only 6% of lessons were with putting. So I want to encourage you to go find your local PGA professional, or you can even see myself or find me on Facebook or Twitter at Adam Gary Golf, and see somebody to help your game.
Morehead State University and Eagle Trace Golf Course are proud to provide closed captioning for the hearing impaired for IKG.
Need to be salty and sweet? Harness the power of my new salted caramel peanuts.
Guys, I've been working on this all night.
Are the sound effects necessary?
Are you necessary? Randy? Todd, what do you think? I like your hair.
Just turn them down a bit. They're deafening.
How about we turn you down? What do you think, Todd?
Make them louder.
Salty and sweet. A new way to harness the power of the peanut.
Experience the bold side of water. Sparkling ice, bold flavor, 0 calories, perfectly possible.
Welcome to Quail Chase, to 27 holes of spectacular golf. 3 distinct nines, each with a unique personality and character. From the wide-open links style of the South Course to the woodland beauty of the East Nine and the park-like setting of the West, all in absolutely perfect condition, all waiting for you. Call for tee times or book online. Quail Chase, Country Club Golf for the public golfer.
I'm with Kobe Wallace, one of the outstanding PGA teaching professionals. Kobe, we've been highlighting as a sponsor one of the unique programs you have with teaching. Tell us a little bit about what makes it so unique.
Well, it really targets in on the key areas of your golf game, gives you a specific schedule to work on, and it gives you a time restriction for each practice drill.
And when you do it on your own time, correct?
Yes, you do it on your own. You do it whenever it's convenient for you at your golf facility. You get my schedule, and then you go with it for as long as you can, and then every couple of weeks we reevaluate and change it as needed for your game.
I know you're really excited. Spent a lot of time getting it together. What if people want to check it out a little bit?
Well, you can look at it more on my website, www.colbywallets.com. The program right now, it's a $100 program. We are going to run a special for the viewers of this show at 50% off for those that email me within the next couple of days, so $50 for the program.
It's an outstanding program. You need to check it out. It really will help your golf game, one of the best PGA pros around.
This segment of Kroger IKG is brought to you in high definition by Quail Chase Golf Club with 3 distinctive 9-hole courses.
The PGA Championship again at Valhalla was a great success, but one of the things really behind the scenes that hasn't been talked a lot about is the work of Roger Meyer and his staff and volunteers from all around the world. We had a chance to follow them throughout the week. Let's take a look.
See the pictures from Golf Channel last night?
Those are awesome, dude.
The shadows on the rocks?
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, it's neat. Yeah, some of them did. And then we had a whole bunch of, we had like 6 guys out here last night running precision airs. We're still running them, but there's guys out working on 0 hours of sleep. It's awesome, and we got such a good squad. Sunday, Monday's tough. Sunday night we do a mandatory meeting. All these guys come in, and we do a mandatory meeting with these guys. We let them get on the golf course. We have them work so they can see the layout and get familiar. Because when we go out Monday morning, it's pitch black at 4 a.m. So we want them to get familiar with what they're doing, and then we try to have them do the same job all week long so that they get into a routine. So by like today, I mean these guys, we don't even really have to have a meeting. It's just everyone gets to their staging areas and they go. So what's happening in our greens right now is that we were so dry. So it comes on Thursday, we were trying to time the dry down for the golf course. So we were positioned perfect to where we wanted to be for the dry down going into the weekend. I mean, we may have been maybe a little too dry. So the benefit of that was when we had all this rain, we had someplace for the water to go. We almost feel like the greens had a natural flush with that rain we got once they started draining, because if you profile the green right now, it's rather dry in the top. I mean, there's not a whole lot of moisture in there. The moisture is sitting right above the gravel, 4 to 5 inches in the ground. So these machines here help us extract that moisture that's above the perched water table on that gravel layer. So we're trying to extract that out. And well, I said we see a delayed response typically that next day, because we're just making room for the rest of that moisture in that profile to go ahead and work its way down in the green. So
and was that all part of it when we were talking about when those greens were rebuilt? Did that process have anything to do with this?
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. Everything. I mean, this was all installed during the greens construction to allow us to do this.
And to the volunteers, there's obviously no way that Roger and his crew could handle this on their own. So we're so thankful to you guys as friends of Valhalla. Past employees, I saw Adolfo Garcia here, hadn't seen him in years, and coming in from Mexico to help us here. Pretty special stuff. So, to you guys, I can't thank you enough. The pride that we have here is you guys share that with us, and we really appreciate that. So, thank you all for your hard work. You'll look back on this and see what these guys, the greatest players in the world, are doing on a golf course that you guys built and maintained and made really special for a week. So thank you all very much.
You could win a round of golf for 2 at a Kentucky State Parks golf course. Follow Golf House KY on Twitter and like the Facebook page at Golf House KY.
Ah, the homebrewed taste of Gold Peak iced tea. Just one sip of Gold Peak and you'll feel right at home, like I do. Because there's nothing better than homebrew taste to bring you home.
Is that Bob from down the street again?
Uh-huh.
What is he up to?
Making himself at home, I guess.
Oh.
The homebrewed taste of Gold Peak iced tea will make you feel at home wherever you are.
have the same financial goals. PNC Investments works with you to understand yours and helps plan for your retirement. Talk to a PNC Investments financial advisor today.
Welcome to Quail Chase, to 27 holes of spectacular golf. 3 distinct nines, each with a unique personality and character. From the wide-open links style of the South Course to the woodland beauty of the East Nine and the park-like setting of the West, all in absolutely perfect condition, all waiting for you. Call for tee times or book online. Quail Chase, Country Club Golf for the public golfer.
Let's raise a glass to raising oranges the natural way, right here in Florida. Here's to growing oranges on our own soil, never importing them. To a co-op of growers working hard and having something to show for it. Here's to a built-in afternoon snack. To an office with a view. Who needs air conditioning anyway? Here's to orange juice raised right. The only major orange juice brand that's 100% Florida and never imported. Florida's natural.
America's best historic resort. It's right here in your own backyard, says Historic Hotels of America, French Lick Resort. Experience our 2 grand hotels and so much more. Our golf is legendary too. Play the Pete Dye course that will host the Legends of the LPGA Championship in August and the Senior PGA Championship presented by KitchenAid in 2015. Your walk with history starts at FrenchLick.com.
Kroger Inside Kentucky Golf is produced in partnership with Golf House Kentucky and its family of golf organizations, and is sponsored by Kroger and its partners, Florida's Natural Orange Juice, Sparkling Ice Naturally Flavored Spring Water, Coca-Cola, Kraft Foods, and Dr. Pepper. Kroger IKG is also sponsored by PNC Bank and Quail Chase Golf Course. It's simply the best 27-hole golf course in the region.
Want to thank you for watching this edition of Kroger Inside Kentucky Golf. Special thanks to all the people that worked so hard on the Governor's Cup Golf Classic. Appreciate the help to Dare to Care. Now back with Steve McMillan. And Steve, we've had a great year just coming off the heels of the PGA Championship. Great championship, and you in the section was very much involved.
Well, Don, it really was. First off, what a great champion we had in Rory. I mean, this guy really gets it. He gives back to the game without being asked, and as a PGA, we couldn't be more excited about our championship. And then, you know, just you talk about all the things that went on to the championship. I know we've talked quite a bit about Roger Meyer, the golf course superintendent, and what an unbelievable job he did. Our host professionals in Keith Reese, Chris Hamburger, the job that they did, and then our Kentucky PGA professionals who came out in droves. Overall, I mean, just a great week, a lot of work, but the memories that we have from the championship are endless.
This will be the last chance we get to see you on the show. We'll have a repeat version out in the network next week. But I know there's some special sponsors you'd like to thank.
We do. We would really like to thank our Golf House Kentucky sponsors, Clark's Pump and Shop Marathon, PNC Bank, and Pepsi. I mean, without those kind of sponsors, we have great relationships with them, and without them, we couldn't do a lot of the things that we do. So we really appreciate them. Plus, just all of our individual sponsors with the Kentucky Golf Association, the Kentucky PGA, and of course the Kentucky Junior PGA. The people that help us out with all those events, we really appreciate them. They're great. And Don, of course, thank you. It's been great working with you again, and we look forward again to next year.
And kudos to Steve and his staff as well. Thanks for watching Kroger IKG. We'll see you again soon.
IKG is produced by Don Russell Productions. For quality, high-definition production services, call 502-644-6510.
Promotional consideration provided by All Good Computers. For sales, service, and upgrades, contact Bill Ennis, 502-810-9047.